In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, deep within the rugged terrain of Fayette County, Pennsylvania, four adventurous souls had gathered around a crackling campfire. The wind whistled through the ancient trees, carrying tales of old, and the ominous rumble of distant thunder added to the eerie ambience. The firelight cast flickering shadows that danced upon the faces of the campers, heightening their sense of trepidation. The storyteller, a man named Samuel, sat cross-legged on a mossy log, his eyes gleaming with an eager glint. Beside him was Emily, a fearless nature enthusiast with fiery red hair who was rapt with attention. Across from them were Mark and Rachel, a couple in their 30s, gripping each other's hands in nervous anticipation. Samuel began to weave a tale that had haunted the region for generations. Long ago, he began, his voice a low, eerie whisper. The whispers of a creature that roamed these very woods, a creature known as BigFoot. It said that it stands over 8 feet tall, covered in thick matted hair with eyes that glow like embers in the dark. Emily shivered, her eyes darting to the surrounding forest, half expecting a pair of fiery eyes to pierce through the underbrush. The stormy sky above rumbled menacingly, echoing the uncertainty in the air. Samuel continued, his words dripping with suspense. Legend has it that on nights like these, when the wind howls and lightning flashes, BigFoot is known to appear, lurking in the shadows, drawn to the flicker of campfires. As the story unfolded, a low growl pierced the silence, causing everyone to freeze. The growl grew louder, and it was not until they turned their gaze toward the sound that they realized it was coming from a loyal companion they had almost forgotten, Max, their faithful German shepherd. But just as they began to relax, a sudden flash of lightning illuminated the clearing, revealing a massive, shadowy figure lurking in the dense woods beyond the campfire's glow. It was BigFoot, the creature of legend, its eyes reflecting the pale light with an eerie, unearthly glow. Mark and Rachel gasped, their grip on each other tightening. Emily's heart pounded as she fumbled to grab her camera, hoping to capture the unthinkable. Samuel's voice quivered as he urged everyone to remain still, his flashlight trembling in his hand. The thunder rumbled louder, and the forest seemed to hold its breath. The tension was palpable as BigFoot's monstrous form took a step closer, its hulking silhouette casting an overwhelming sense of dread over the campsite. And then, as suddenly as it had appeared, BigFoot vanished into the darkness, leaving behind only a lingering feeling of terror. The storm continued to rage, rain pelting down like a relentless drumbeat, washing away any evidence of its presence. The campers sat there, trembling in the aftermath of their encounter, their hearts pounding with fear and disbelief. The legend of BigFoot had become terrifying reality that night in the mountains of Fayette County, Pennsylvania, forever haunting their memory. And as they huddled closer to the campfire, the flickering flames casting wild, ghostly shapes upon the trees, they couldn't help but wonder if the creature still lurked in the shadows, watching and waiting for its next encounter with unsuspecting soul. The storm showed no signs of abating, the rain pouring down relentlessly as if trying to wash away the horrors of the night. The campers, now shaken to their core, decided it was best to pack up and leave the eerie forest behind. With trembling hands and wary glances cast over their shoulders, they hastily dismantled their campsite. Max, their loyal canine companion, remained on high alert, his ears perked and his eyes darting into the darkness. He had sensed something unnatural, something that sent a shiver down his spine. As they loaded their gear into their vehicles, Emily couldn't resist one last look into the woods. The storm had transformed the forest into an eerie, misty realm, and for a moment she thought she saw a pair of glowing eyes staring back at her from the shadows. It sent a chill down her spine, and she quickly turned away, her heart pounding in her chest. With their cars packed and headlights cutting through the inky darkness, the campers made their hasty retreat from the mountains of Fayette County. The storm seemed to intensify with their departure, as if nature itself wanted to erase any trace of their encounter with the legendary creature. For days afterward, the campers would find themselves haunted by the memory of that fateful night. They couldn't explain what they had seen, but one thing was certain. The legend of BigFoot had become all too real for them. The mountains of Fayette County, Pennsylvania, would forever be etched in their minds as a place where the line between myth and reality blurred, where the wild and unknown still held its secrets. And as they drove away from that ominous forest, leaving behind the thunderstorm and the lurking darkness, they couldn't help but wonder if BigFoot would continue to roam those ancient woods, a silent sentinel of the wilderness, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to cross its path. Months passed, and the campers had tried to put the terrifying encounter behind them. Life had returned to a semblance of normalcy, and they had grown accustomed to the idea that they had witnessed something truly extraordinary that night in the mountains of Fayette County. But as autumn descended upon the region, the memories began to resurface. The rustling of leaves in the wind, the distant howls of coyotes, and even the crackling of a campfire had the power to transport them back to that chilling evening. It was Emily who couldn't let go of the mystery. She had become obsessed with uncovering the truth about Bigfoot, scouring books, websites, and forums for any information that might shed light on what they had encountered. Her relentless search eventually led her to an old hermit who lived deep in the woods, a man known as Old Jeremiah. Legend had it that Old Jeremiah was a recluse who had spent decades studying the creatures of the forest, including Bigfoot. Emily was determined to seek his wisdom, to understand the enigmatic creature that had left an indelible mark on her life. One crisp, cool morning, she ventured into the woods alone, following the vague directions she had gathered from the locals. The forest was serene, bathed in the soft glow of the rising sun. As she ventured deeper, the trees seemed to close in around her, their gnarled branches forming a natural canopy. After hours of hiking, Emily finally arrived at a secluded cabin nestled in a clearing. The cabin had seen better days, its wooden walls weathered and its windows clouded with age. She cautiously approached, her heart pounding with anticipation. A figure emerged from the shadows of the cabin, revealing old Jeremiah himself. He was a wiry, weather-beaten man with a wild mane of gray hair and piercing blue eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of the ages. Emily explained the reason for her visit, recounting the terrifying encounter with Bigfoot that had driven her to seek his counsel. Old Jeremiah listened intently, nodding thoughtfully as she spoke. "You've seen it, child," he said in a gravelly voice. "The creature that roams these woods, it's more than legend. It's a guardian of this land, the keeper of its secrets." He went on to share tales of ancient encounters with Bigfoot, stories passed down through generations. He spoke of a bond between the creature and the land, a connection that transcended time and human understanding. As Emily left old Jeremiah's cabin that day, her mind was filled with a newfound sense of wonder. She had embarked on a journey to uncover the truth about Bigfoot, but what she had discovered was a deeper connection between nature and the human spirit. The campers' encounter with a legendary creature had left them forever changed, and they came to realize that the mysteries of the wilderness were not meant to be unraveled completely. Some secrets, they understood, were meant to remain hidden, preserving the magic and wonder of the natural world. And so they returned to the mountains of Fayette County, not as seekers of the unknown, but as humble observers of the beauty and enigma of the wilderness, knowing that there were forces in the world that would forever defy explanation, and that some legends were best left untouched, lest they revealed truths that were better left in the realm of mystery. Well, friends, as always, this was just another story. Join us again for more creepy or just fun stories. Please subscribe for more, and if you think we deserve it for all our hard work and dedication, drop us a few dollars. Our Cash App link is in our bio. Good night, friends.